We got ourselves Team Blue. We got ourselves Enough playing as a Beastmaster Hunter, I think, if not Marksman. We got Bloody Red playing some Boom Kitchell playing as a Frost Seavark as a mage, just rocking it out there. And Zachary getting out there as an unholy. Hell yeah, Chad. There we go. We also got Boomer playing some Outlaw on a Team Red. We got Nerve DHs, please. 1-2 dead on EU going up versus Zachary. Instead, just trying some Frost as well. Dude, Chillbane is getting everybody to try Frost now, huh? It's going to be Seavark versus on EU. Trying to land a Polymorph. Sun coming out. Wamba coming in by the DH. It's going to be a Blade Dance and Islands, but it's going to be Temporal for Seavark. Does the DH steal this? Does the Demon Hunter steal the buff? I think he might have actually. Yeah, it looks like he purged it. That's going to be a stun, but he's at least a little bit far away. On EU wants to go for big damage onto Seavark. Going to get a blur up and running. Ring of Frost is not going to connect. Seavark is trying to reset Ring of Frost. Does get interrupted onto Frost. That's going to be a Polymorph onto on EU. It is a full Polymorph. The Seavark finally gets to maybe get some distance. Chuck a couple Pyroblasts. I don't think he's ever gotten Ring of Frost. Trying to get a second Ring of Frost up and running is going to hit it, and on EU is just going to have to take both of those hits. Can he do anything to follow off that? Seavark is going to hit him with a Mallet. Big crits coming down. Seavark actually trick it out of that stun, and on EU actually doesn't have a lot to work with. Actually melting down, and Seavark just showing the damage around as a big old fire mage. Who is next? Snitches is up next, trying to get some big damage onto Seavark, but he's going to be spot in a little baby dinosaur. Look at your potato. Oh, get a hit with a fire. Didn't take that much damage somehow though. That's gonna be Seavark. Gonna go for Temporal. So just playing Frost. I do have to reprogram myself because he's usually on Arcane, but he's trying out Frost right now, which is weird. Polymorphs are coming out by Seavark. Got a Pyroblast coming in for this bad boy, trying to get some big damage into Snitches. Got a Pyro into an interrupt. Snitches actually gets him fit. Oh, is interrupted into fire. Could go for a freeze. It's going to be a Frost Death. And Seavark can at least have a little bit of an easier time with the Frost DK because it is going to be slow damage over time. Seavark can at least think. It's not going to be unholy, which is just like really sustain as well. But just with the Army of the Dead and the Abominations, very, very bursty. Snitches has 0 burst as Frost right now. It's very sustain heavy. Another Greater Pyro trying to come up with Seavark after Ring of Frost, but not gonna happen. There's gonna be an Ice Block Snitches. This doesn't have the hang of Frost Death, and it looks like can't quite finish off. I'm pretty sure Chillbane's looking at him. He's like, huh, amateur. As Snitches trying to make Frost work. Your Polymorph trying to come out for Seavark. Get interrupted onto Polymorph because Snitches finding to close out onto Seavark. This is going to be a breath into a grip onto that Polymorph. Trying to get a Greater Pyro in them. Snitches almost has Seavark done. Almost has his goose cooked. Trying to do as much damage as he can from a distance. Seavark is going to get another G Pyro in there as he's frozen out in the open. The Seavark is going to steal some buffs away from Snitches. That's going to be AMS as a Mallet hits him. Seavark trying to go for a bit of that Invis. And it's going to be Breath afterwards. Ring of Frost coming out, but it's going to be Snitches actually fully DR'd. Might as well walk through it. That's going to go for an interrupt onto Seavark. Might as well walk through this. Might as well walk through it. It's going to be so DR'd. No, it's not. What? If you walk by a little bit faster, you would have been DR'd. You wouldn't have to sit down that long. That's going to be double Greater Pyro at your grip coming in. It's going to be Snitches taking some damage, trying to get as much damage out into Seavark. This is going to be Temporal for Seavark, so he's going to be able to get a lot of health back from all this damage that Snitches is trying to put up. Another root into a Greater Pyro. Snitches is going to be able to interrupt the Snitches. You got to find a way to lock this one out, man. You got to find a way to end this duel. He's going to check it out of the Polymorph. Maybe he can get a setup going. Maybe he can get some resources. He does have Hunger and Rule up coming out very, very soon. There's going to be a Pillar of Frost coming in very, very soon. It does miss his interrupt, though, onto Seavark as he gets juked out. So we're going to hit him with a Dragon's Breath Polymorph coming out. It's going to be very, very DR, though, so that's really good for Snitches. Can at least get some damage. Maybe even an interrupt onto the Seavark. Does get a stun onto him. Seavark trinketing out of it. We're going to roll into 5% dampening, boys. Somebody logged the duel out. That's going to be Seavark bailing out of there as he's just done with. Bloody Bay is up next. Going to be going up versus Snitches versus a Frost Death Knight as a Boomkin. So that's going to be as good of an opportunity for Bloody Bay to actually play his playstyle and get some damage up and running. Gonna get an early tree ends, early root onto Snitches. Trying to go for the new moon setup. Not gonna happen. He's gonna have to go for a dot playstyle onto Snitches. New moon, half moon. Let's go a big full moon. Try not to get interrupted. Thorns coming down. The Snitches is gonna hit into those thorns. Has a lot of cooldowns up and running as well. That's going to be a short route onto Snitches again. Bloody Bay trying to go for full moon. That's going to be AMS. Actually going to interrupt it regardless. Mally to follow onto Snitches. Guys, AMS still running. Bloody Bay could go for full moon right now unless he gets maybe grip. No interrupt available for Snitches. Does he realize the sun coming out? Trinkets out of it. Barkskin coming out. Maybe he can go final full moon. Is that going to do enough damage? Getting gripped up on it. Not going to be able to do it. And that's like Snitches is probably going to have an interrupt available by now. Bloody Bay has Barkskin up and running. Can't quite get any damage against the Death Knight though. Trying to go for regrows behind the pillar. Warstorm coming out. Stunning him for just a moment with a route to follow. Bloody Bay finally get himself a little bit of refuge away from the menace Death Knight. 12% dampening rolling in. This is a pretty long duel so far. Seavark vs Snitches was a pretty long duel. Bloody Bay getting a few star surges in there, trying to get that new moon in there, trying to make it work. Does he have cooldowns available? Trying to land a cyclone stun coming out. Snitches does take him out. Next up is going to be Chillbane, going to show the boy how it is to play a real man spec. Chillbane as a Frost main versus Snitches, trying to make see if Frost can work for him, trying to see if he can make it work. Grip coming in by Chillbane. Snitches is forced to get the damage up and running. Chillbane is going to have a lot more cooldowns though compared to Snitches. Going to get out of that stun though. He's going to get his Remorseless Winter up and running. Empower Rune Weapon coming in. Actually rotating between Empower Rune Weapon and Pillar separately. So that's something we should note if you want to learn how to play Frost. Transfusion coming out for Snitches does get AMS up and running. AMS available for Chillbane as well. And Snitches is going to get a lot of health up and running. Chillbane is going to get a root onto him, getting gripped in. And decided, you know what, if I'm going to get gripped in, I might as well just slam as much damage as I can. Has a lot of health. Short stun Chillbane does get IBF rolling. Was it an IBF? Oh, I'm pretty sure it was on a trinket. It is an IBF, actually. I looked at the wrong Death Knight. I have two of them on the left side and the right side on my screen. Sun coming into Snitches, trinkets out of it. That's going to be Chillbane with Pillar of Frost, trying to truck damage into the Death Knight Snitches. Transfusion coming out for Chillbane. Gonna get stunned for a short moment, but it's going to be a lot of healing back for Chillbane, though. Has Death Pick available still. Snitches still holding on to AMS or IBF. That's going to be the anti-magic zone for Chillbane. Snitches walking out of there, though. Chillbane's trying to force him back in there, just pulling him back in, just to reduce the Frost damage Snitches does do. That's going to be a Empower Rune Weapon for Snitches with Transfusion. Chillbane just trying to get the hell out of there. Trying not to give him too many death strikes in, unless Chillbane can get some damage up and running. Chillbane's health is starting to suffer a little bit as Pillar of Frost available for Snitches. Does get a death back as he gets stunned up. AMS coming out for Chillbane. Can go for a lot of death strikes if he wants to. Remember, he wants to kind of wait up the necrotics. He's actually going to go trying to heal up through those necrotics right now. Chillbane gets the stun to Snitches, forcing out IBF. Last bastion of defense for Snitches. Transfusion coming out for Chillbane. Is going to get a lot of healing off it. Snitches is going to get truck with that IBF for as long as he can. Does have death back available still. Chillbane trying to make the damage work. His health is a little bit lower. Snitches does get a death back rolling right now, just so he can truck as much damage into the other Death Knight. Not going for death strikes. Actually, forced to use death strikes right now as his health is starting to turn around. Chillbane got himself a roll of damage going. Has not even a cooldown rolling right now, so he's just got some damage rolling out of nowhere. Snitches does have Transfusion up and running. Once he gets some damage and healing off of Chillbane is just kind of trying to get out of that situation ASAP. Trinkets out of the sun immediately. Got himself an Empower Rune Weapons rolling. There's going to be a lot of haste. Short to stun everyone Chillbane afterwards. Does he have a death strike? Stun coming on to Snitches. Snitches can get a way out of it. It's going to be Transfusion for Chillbane. Going to get a lot of death strikes back to back. There's going to be a lot of Empower Rune Weapon too. There's going to be as well a Pillar of Frost. Snitches does have AMS available. Snitches doesn't have an offensive for a while. Chillbane still has a lot of offensive damage available. Mally to follow onto Snitches. No way to heal, and I think Chillbane has him locked down. That's going to be a Death Knight God. Barking him with a flag. Sit down, son. This is how you play Frost. And then Killigan comes in and kills him. No, not even Killigan. It's Wanted Dead. That's going to be Ainoof. Ainoff trying to come in with a double aim shot onto Wanted Dead. Going to be a bop bop. Double bop. Could go for a rapid fire follow. Not going to happen. Wanted Dead is going to be able to bail behind the pillar as the, as the image is there. Chilling. Ainhoff is going to play without a pet as a marksman versus Wanted Dead. This is going to be probably the worst matchup ever when you think about it. Ainhoff is going to try to get a slow onto Wanted Dead. The monk is going to try to get to him. Tiger's Lost coming down. Going to bull rush past him. Oh, we also have Zachary still left on the team blue, actually, so we're not out of the fight quite yet. There's going to be Freezing Trap available for Ainhoff. He's going to take a lot of damage from Touch of Death. There's going to be a turtle coming out, so Touch of Death doesn't do too much. Does have a Freezing Trap available ahead of time. Used to kite, Wanted Death, throw a Freezing Trap if he ever needs to. I think that's what he's trying to do. Does trick it out of the Incap though. Doesn't want to get put in a bad situation. Still, Freezing Trap is sitting there, trying to go for steady shots, getting stunned up. Does Wanted Death have the images try to finish it off? Does get a Mally into Ainhoff. So any kind of healing Ainhoff would have had. He's got to just get rooted out. Does get to knock him back, but does go down. Zachary is the last man left. I think he's going to give him the honor duel. And that's going to be a duel between two brethren. Unholy Death Knight versus a monk. Full cooldowns available for both of them. 39% dampening though. We're not going to see Nerf DH please play or Boomer unless Zachary can make this happen. So it's really up to Zachary to make the damage happen, to make the work happen. Dropping down Death and Decay, getting slow into 1 to Dead. Mally to fall a little bit early as 1 to Dead gonna go for a Fist of Fury. Zachary doesn't have a way to hit into it. He does run the double pets, so the pets are doing a lot of the work. Stacking up more necrotics. 1 to Dead is gonna be able to get out of that and go for heals. Zachary beefing up his pet. That's going to be ringing pieces. Zachary could go around the other side. The pets could maybe do one side and Zachary could do the other. 1 to Dead does get away from him. 42% dampener, but 1 to Dead is still doing a fair amount of healing. Zachary needs to catch up to 1 to Dead. Needs to get the transfusions rolling. 1 to Dead is going to get the images up and running, but it's going to get rid off it. Actually going to slow down pretty massively off it. That's going to be Lichborn coming out as the Fist of Fury come in. That's going to be Transfusion coming in for Zachary. Couldn't quite get a Death Grip onto 1 to Dead. Can heal off of the images, but chooses not to. Or maybe he wasn't going to realize he could heal off of the images. That's going to be 1 to Dead. Continuing to run as far as he can, as fast as he can. Going to catch an end cap onto Zachary. No chicken available for Zachary for quite a while. Does have a Death Pact available. Hasn't used Apocalypse yet. That's going to be Fist of Fury that he's able to line away from. The images do some work into Zachary. Death Pact coming in right now for the Death Knight. Not looking that good. All this health that he could heal for is being burned through. That's going to be a little bit touch of death. Karma coming in as the Armory Dead joins the fight. Zachary basically is done. He is going to get an AMS roll and touch of death is going to tick down on him though. Down he goes. I like the Frost stuff, man. I like the fact that people are even trying it. Is everyone running a group right now, Terrence? We have 2 people. We have 2 horde groups and 1 alliance group if you want to join any one of those, man. More than welcome to them.